lady. Lauren LaRosa, I talked about her before because she is filling in for Jess Hilarious right now. Why they on the Breakfast Club? So, of course, I mean, today, while most of y'all probably was watching football, allegedly Donald Trump was supposed to have got shot at while he was playing golf. So I do want to just play her breakdown of it. I don't necessarily even believe it's true, but I do feel like just to do the
he didn't get shot at.
No, he got shot at. He just didn't get hit.
No, I don't think they caught him before anything went off, I thought.
Well, and then I'm gonna play the clip and then we can talk about it.
There are a ton of reports and different things happening right now. And honestly, I don't even know how, oh my God, this is to a lot of people at this point, because things with Donald Trump are just so, everything is like a movie with this man. Like everything is like a movie. But I wanted to come on here and give you guys a timeline of what went down today during the second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. The FBI has now come out on record and said that they are investigating this as an assassination attempt, which is a big deal because when all of this news first started breaking, they wouldn't say that. They were trying to figure out if this was just the Secret Service and local agencies intercepting someone who was basically in like a security, like you stepped across the rope and you weren't supposed
exit left.
Like you stepped across the rope and you weren't supposed to, because following the first assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, there have been a lot of different security measures put into place surrounding him and his perimeter. Or so they didn't know if it was that, or they didn't know if it was just like kind of like a one-off situation where like something just happened. And they've been looking into that, but now they are 100% saying no, this was a second assassination attempt. So they just wrapped up a press conference. When I say they, I mean the FBI and all of the local Florida agencies. This second assassination attempt went down in Florida where Donald Trump golfs. I want to make it clear that this did not happen at Mar-a-Lago. This happened at another, like at a different location. I think people confuse the two because when we hear of Trump in Florida, we normally think Mar-a-Lago. But according to all the reports that I've been watching, the two are not, like, it's not one and the same. But at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, Sunday, police and local agencies received a shots fired call from the vicinity of where Trump was. As soon as that happened, it was escalated to multiple agencies because at this point you have local law enforcement, which is like your regular police that you call, and you have FBI and Secret Service working together. Now, once that call came in, of course, sirens are happening, people are on their way. But in the midst of that, as soon as it happened, police received a witness. Someone called in and said, hey, I heard the shots fired and I saw a guy run out of the bushes from the golf course. So police talked to this man. The man also said that he saw the guy get into a car and that the witness said, I have a photo of the car. So he described the man, he described the car, gave police the photo of the car and the FBI the photo of the car. They were then able to communicate that. They sent it over to their plate readers, which are people who can like put the numbers of a car plate in and figure out anybody that has ever been associated with that plate, any tolls that has gone through, like everything, like the lifeline of that car plate. And once they did that, they were then able to communicate that information almost like instantly. Like they worked really fast today to local law enforcement who was out basically like scoping the area, trying to figure out where this guy who ran out of the bushes went. They then intercepted this guy on the highway and were able to make the arrest. Now, interesting thing here, because I know a lot of people are like, how the hell do people keep getting close to a former president of the United States? What one of the sheriffs said today in the press conference, I literally just stopped watching maybe like 5 minutes ago, was that the Secret Service in this situation did everything that they were supposed to, because Donald Trump is not a current president. The perimeter of which they survey only goes but so far, especially in a moving situation like a golf course. But there were the way that this normally works, it has been working even before Donald Trump, like presidencies years and years before Donald Trump, because presidents like the golf, is that a Secret Service agent will go 1 to 2 holes ahead of the president. So what happened here is that the Secret Service agent who was ahead of Donald Trump actually saw the barrel of the gun coming out of the bushes. When he saw the barrel of the gun coming out of the bushes, he engaged that person, which engaged, shooting at like whatever. Then that guy began to run. The suspect, who they then apprehended on the highway, began to run out of the bushes, which is where the witness would have seen him running out of the bushes and getting into the car. It's not clear right now if at all any local law enforcement had to bust their gun, engage at all in that way. But they were the ones who arrested this guy on the highway. There were videos of Trump and his motorcade headed out of the golf course, and almost instantly, like I got the first alert from like a breaking news page that I follow on Twitter, like instantly. When I got that alert, the minute after that, there was another alert from Fox News saying that Trump's team had put out a statement saying that there was an incident in his vicinity, but he was okay. And I think that they kept it very vague because they were trying to figure out what the hell, how close was this to him? Was it a direct attack on him? And then the minute that they confirmed that, the FBI then came out and said, yes, this was something that we believe at this time was an attempted assassination on the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Another interesting thing to note is that when they went into the bushes where the suspect was, they found an AK-47 rifle. They found 2 backpacks. It's not known yet what is inside of the backpacks, and a GoPro camera. The GoPro camera, you guys know, you're able to record in first person and different angles and all that. So it's whatever this situation was, this person wanted this to be recorded. So they're looking into all of that as well, too. Let me tell y'all how fast Trump works. Listen, the devil works hard. The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. But you know who works the motherfucking hardest? Donald Trump. Okay. And this, honestly, this goes to why his base is as strong as it is, because these people feel like they locked in, ain't no switching up. This my homeboy. Like before the FBI even came out and said and confirmed that they were investigating this as an assassination attempt on Donald Trump sent out an email to his campaign followers. He was already talking on his social media network, Truth Social, and was basically giving up all of the alerts the updates that he could himself, or from him, right? From his team, whoever's handling this. But the email, I was watching CNN and one of the staffers had the email. The email basically gave them an update, like, I'm okay. There was something that went down in my vicinity today, blah, blah, blah. This man ended it with, I will not give up. I will continue to fight. Make America great again. And a donation link. Let me tell you something, baby. Donald Trump is a bad bitch, because for you to have your hand out in any situation and not think twice, he's a bold motherfucker. Like I'm saying, like
so like I said, with all that being said, the reason why I wanted to use her clip, one, because I stand firmly on she do that job 100 times better than Jess Hilarious. I don't care. Go argue with somebody else. It's not even close. And I do see people, of course, I know sometimes I catch myself on the YouTube comments and I'll see a lot of people bigging her up. And then I'll see, of course, it'd be some, again, I'm not gonna make it an all thing, but you do see some black women, well, is she that good at her job? Why she won't start her own podcast, bro? Let me tell you something. It's a huge difference between being able to start your own podcast and be able to come in and do a job extremely well. That's what I'm saying. I understand Jess Hilarious is more popular. People like her. She came in with a fan base already, but she is not better at that job, because I promise you, listen to what I'm telling you. I know for a fact Jess Hilarious cannot do what I just played. That is no way in hell. So when we talking about a replacement for what Angela Yee brought to the table, that's what Angela Yee brought to the table. So that right there, I don't care what nobody say. That right there is a prime example of why that girl is 100 times better for that job. Of course, we live in America, so it's a lot of times it's attached to celebrity who's more popular. So yes, is Jess Hilarious more popular? Absolutely. But does she do that job at the Breakfast Club better? Ain't no way in dog green hell. But anyway, going into that Donald Trump thing, I think it's fake. I don't care. He got smoked at that goddamn
making it a $3 bill.
He got smoked at that goddamn debate. And this is the way for him to try to get some momentum back to himself, because all the headlines with all the news and just talking about how he got smoked at the debate. And it's kind of, it seemed like this is like his little signature thing to like, how can I steal the momentum again? I think the only thing is different will be with this one is it's not on camera. People didn't get to see it. So it's not going to hit the same. And then most people going to feel just the same way I feel. Like, all right, cool. I seen this stuff. Like a homegirl of mine sent me the junk. She sent this to me in real time. She sent me the Fox News link. And I'm like, is this real? And so I started to go looking, because I'm going back and forth from watching Bel Air, watching the football games. So I'm really not paying attention to social media because I'm trying to watch all this stuff at the same time. So then I go looking, I started to see it roll down on the Twitter timeline a little bit, but I still just don't think realistically it's fake. I think for most people, they're going to feel like it's fake. And I just think that he got smoked so bad at that debate, I don't necessarily know if this is even going to help him.
And on top of that, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. So he's trying to get back any way he can.
Yeah, and he even well, it's not Twitter, but it's what is it, Truth Social. He even tweeted, but I just call it tweet the same way we do with Threads. He tweeted out and basically said, "I hate Taylor Swift." So, and my only thing, and I guess real quick, you can kind of tie that in, and then it would go to one of the conversations that we had, and we don't have to stay too much on this, but one of the things that I talked about a lot, even when you post anything about Angel Reese, and I told you I was a lot of bots who was supporting Caitlin Clark, and it came out the fake because she liked the post. I don't necessarily know if she even paid attention to what she was liking, because I mean, I'm sure Taylor, I don't know, I don't follow Taylor Swift, so I don't know how often Taylor Swift posts, but Caitlin Clark liked the post of that junk, and nigga, soon as she liked that post, nigga, them Trump people was in her comment section going absolutely crazy on her. Oh, I thought you was supposed to be our savior. Like, I'm talking about they was going. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a jump from Kev on stage because he was reading the jumps, and that's so crazy. Just with like, and I understand if you don't create content or you don't really indulge in the WNBA stuff, you probably wouldn't know that that's the type of energy that Caitlin Clark fans was giving off. But this go from her liking that Taylor Swift post. And like I said, I don't know how often Taylor Swift posts, so I'm trying to shoot Caitlin some bail. Like maybe I didn't know that she knew that she was kind of like felt like she was co-signing it. She could just like, damn, it's just a Taylor Swift post. Taylor ain't posting the minute I liked it.
Oh, Caitlin Clark liked Taylor Swift's post endorsing Kamala Harris, and now her comments on Instagram look like this. Just threw away my jersey, hashtag Trump 2024. I noticed you like Taylor Swift endorsement posts of Camille and Tampon Tim. I figured you were more based and more aware. Bummer. Just play basketball and build your brand, a brand that the entire country can love. Stay out of politics. Your brand will suffer. You are young. Ask your close friends and family for advice. Definitely should have stayed out of politics, Caitlin Clark. Love watching you, but now I refuse after seeing you support Taylor Swift and Kamala. Please don't get sucked into politics. Taylor Swift is fully endorsing candidates that want to allow children to be surgically or chemically treated to change their bodies permanently without parental consent. Do your own research. Think she's a phenomenal entertainer and talent otherwise. We lost another great baller, one of the best I've seen as a woman. I only started watching because of her outstanding skills, but now she's involved in the politics of the Democrats. I'm moving on to something else. You are a female athlete. Why would you support a party that are allowing men to play women's sports? You just couldn't keep your politics out of sports. You've lost millions of supporters. Trump 2024. Dang, supporters you when all the liberal WNBA were against you, but can't support someone that is voting for Kamala, who policies will hurt the future generation's ability to own a house or get a high-paying job. Was just starting to finally pay some attention to the WNBA because somebody was actually worth watching. Then you caved. Bae, why are you a Democrat? Them folks told you to shut up and dribble, huh? That's crazy. Crazy. All this over Instagram, like. So, Caitlin.
So, which it is crazy over, and that is, I guess, that comes with the price of celebrity, which is absolutely insane because you should be able to. But again, I mean, I'm not surprised at it because, like I said, I indulge in the WNBA Twitter and Threads community, and I post stuff Angel Reese, so I know the difference on. I know what the comment section look like. I know it be bots, and know if the people do post something, it be a picture of Caitlin Clark, and then the next picture it be a Trump thing, and that is one of the reasons why I say like I don't want to even indulge with the conversation. I don't even like mentioning the girl name because I don't want that shit on my page. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want no parts of no Trump, nothing on my page. I'm gonna tell you the top. I said this a million times, and we'll talk about this a little bit later when we get to Stephen A. Smith. But 3 people that I don't want their fan base on my page. I don't want no smoke with the Bobs. I don't want nothing to do with no Trumpers, and I don't want nothing to do with the Caitlin Clark supporters. And I'm never gonna get the Beehive mad, so I don't have to worry about it. But those 3 people, I don't want no parts of that. Like it's just certain things that you kind of just want to stay kind of clear that. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I feel bad for her because I mean that is the same audience that kind of helped her rise above when nobody else was supporting her and they got behind her. So I mean, she kind of had to figure it out. But like I said, again,
I think she paying no mind.
I mean, yeah, she don't have to, but she's still, because her thing used to be I don't be on social media. So people was kind of dragging her for that because they was like, oh, I thought you don't be on social media, but you was like one of the first people to like the Taylor Swift jump.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I mean, how many people have access to your social media account? So I don't feel I've never.
So you feel like she should blame it on somebody else?
No, she don't have to blame it on nobody. It is what it is. You like the post? Oh well. What is wrong? Like that's my thing. You gonna let somebody dictate what you like because of a comment? What do it matter? And I feel like even with her, the way she protects her, kind of like, dog, she turned down $1 million offer to do that the View interview. So I feel like this some shit she kind of knows, like, hey, I don't need to put myself in that position. Just because she liked it, I don't feel like you going about to sit here, I'm about to lose all the followers. Okay, like you said, most of my bots are not real fans.
I mean, like I say, I don't know. I do think a lot of my bots, but I do think a lot of her support. I'm not gonna say I know for a fact a lot of her supporters are Trump supporters. So I can understand how they probably would get upset with it's like, damn, dog, I thought you was one of us. I'm not like I can't be mad at them because if I thought you was one of us, like I would kind of be heartbroken. Like it would be like the same way people get mad at like if it's your favorite rapper and then he's supporting Trump. It's kind of like the same thing. So I can't be like, I think that is one of the
but then that's my thing. Even like going back to the whole situation with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a Trump supporter, so just
I can't sit here and say he a Trump supporter. Trump got him out of jail, so I can't. And
Yeah,
I seen people
still-
try to throw that back in his face. I'm like, bro, I hear it's easy to say that, but you can't sit here and tell a nigga like, bro, this nigga was facing 10 years. This man got him out of jail.
I hear that, right? But even right now, like I said, you don't want to take that chance. A lot of stuff that people say, or even what's name, you don't want to take that chance, right?
No, I agree with you. No, I agree.
Like even being like with Kanye, nobody wants to be seen, or even because you know how he can just go off. Oh, well, yeah, you know the hat and all that shit. Like I said, some stuff do, but I feel like even with Caitlin Clark, she kind of keep her image kind of squeaky clean. So I don't feel like this is about to be, oh my God, they about to stop. No, they still want to support her. They still want to pay attention to her.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying that people. I'm not listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody's going to stop, but I do think a large group, if the real Trump people that really was getting behind her to just be able to sit here and say, all right, we can hide behind her, and just in the name of her, we can kind of kick a bunch of black women back in. I do think a lot of them going to slow down on it a little bit now. Like, all right, well, cool, let her defend for herself, because those are the people realistically.
And shit, didn't you say it was what was the women that supported Camilla, the white women that did all the donations?
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of white women.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why I mean, but that's why I say even with her, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay it no mind if you telling me a bunch of white, let's say guys, because we can't sit here and say it's all women. It's mostly guys. You don't know them, you don't have a face to them, so it's just like, all right, it's a bunch of white dudes behind a computer doing whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you trip about it? That's not gonna stop you from doing what you're doing.
I mean, like I said, it depends. I mean, I listen to what I'm saying. I understand when you take that stance, sometimes it's easier. And let's be clear, I think it can be easy if you're not using social media for dating purposes too. And I think that's something that I got to be realistic to myself, because you're absolutely right. She don't have to check her mentions. It's not going to realistically slow down the probably people who really live in Indiana, because I don't even necessarily know what Indiana vote. Because I'm going to say fucking Pete Buttigieg was like something. So I don't necessarily. Indiana may be blue actual as a what is it, a city by itself. So I don't necessarily know, Indianapolis, whatever it is. I don't necessarily know. I don't know the politics in Indiana. I've never been there. I kind of don't care neither. I don't want to go there. So, but I do think I agree with you. And I think she can.
They said I think it was a red state. Because remember when Joe was talking about?
Maybe I don't necessarily. Like I said, I don't know. I don't necessarily know. I don't pay attention to their politics. I only knew one girl that lived there, and she don't live there no more. So I don't necessarily know. But like I said, I do want to still, while we still right here on politics, I do want to play a couple of these other clips, and I do want to ask y'all: is it only bad that people eat cats now because they were black? Because I do kind of want to. I'm gonna play the clip. No, because this is what I'm saying. Let's be clear. We all eat carry out, and that's one of the things that people say about carry out all the time. And niggas never cared to stop eating carry out or whatever the case may be. But I was wondering, like, why is it so offensive now? Because they said it's Haitian people, but everybody was okay with making jokes and saying that's what we eat at the carry out.
Because I think it's because somebody said, because I heard it on the radio today, somebody said they actually saw their Haitian neighbors stringing up cats and dogs and slaughtering them and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So my only...
she came back and said, she basically lied about it.
So, but my question would be is though, how do we pick and choose what animals is okay to eat?
Because
I think it's a big difference.
Because a cat and a dog, like
because that's what. But because why? Because people make them pets.
We get it. We get a joke of, but until you actually really see.
No, I'm saying screw the joke. I ain't even talking about the joke. I'm being dead serious right now. How do we determine what animals are okay to eat and which ones ain't?
And but that's the thing. If you actually saw in the carry out that they were sitting there cooking rats and now you probably wouldn't care about the rats, but cats and dogs, you wouldn't eat there.
What? I wouldn't eat a rat either.
No. But I'm just saying. But just actually seeing that, and that's why I say even like when you eat the cow, yeah, we eat cow meat and all that. But it's just like, all right, it's a dog, it's a cat. Like you have those as pets.
So what I'm saying though. So are y'all saying that just because there are pets in America, we are trained that these are pets? Because y'all all seen Charlotte's Web, nigga, that pig was her pet, but they still eat pigs.
But pigs are used to.
So that's my point. So you basically saying the only reason
cats and dogs are not.
That's only in America though. I'm showing other countries, especially when you see a bunch of wild cats just running around in the street. I'm showing other countries. I ain't been a bunch of places, so I can't sit here and say for like verbatim like this is a fact. But I'm showing a bunch of countries, especially when you see a bunch of just stray cats just running all up and down. You think if I get hungry and I ain't seen a chicken in God knows how long, and this cat come past and I can just snatch him up and kill him and sit here and turn it and it tastes just like fried chicken, you think I'm gonna let this cat just keep running around, or I'm gonna turn him into fried chicken?
No, and that's why I said you're absolutely right about it. Alligators, we eat everything.
So
But
that's my point. So is it only in America where it's saying, "Oh, you eat cats and dogs"? That's offensive. Because I don't necessarily, like I said, I haven't. My passport is very empty, so I don't necessarily know. But I watched enough TV. I've seen enough documentaries. Then there'd be a lot of wild, random cats just running around in a lot of other countries. So you telling me that these people just allowing all these they not pets? They just out in the middle of the street, just running up and down. And you telling me somebody I'm low on chicken, the chicken man trying to up the price? I can hurry up and turn this chicken into some beef and broccoli. I can turn this cat into some beef and broccoli. You gonna tell me I'm not? If I can still turn a profit and you don't know, because guess what? When we was young, guess what our parents used to do? For in our family, Thanksgiving and Christmas, rabbit is a thing. For a long time, guess what my mother used to lie and tell us it's chicken. She still do it to our nieces and nephews, and you wouldn't, and they fry it to the point where you're not going to know. And you not, because it tastes so, and real, let's keep it a buck. Rabbit tastes 100 times better than chicken. Fried rabbit tastes better than chicken any day. But guess what she gonna do? Lie to you and say, "Oh yeah, it's chicken." So you're not gonna know no better, and you're gonna go along with it. Until then, when I was younger, my best friend at the time, his dad, he used to cook deer. He was from South Carolina. Deer tastes better than fucking steak. It's some of the best beef or red meat you gonna ever eat in your life. So that, and you put the sauce on it. He chop it up like what is it? Cook. What is it, like the cookout shit? What they call it? Barbecue or whatever. I don't necessarily know. They chop it up and put that barbecue sauce on it. That shit is the best shit you gonna eat in your life. So my point of it is other places further in the South, they eat a little bit different from what normal up north people do. I'm sure it's a lot of people in the DMV ain't never had deer, ain't never had rabbit. I'm sure people in New York and the further you go up north, a lot of that is just chicken, salmon, and maybe like some pork chops and some steak. And maybe if you got a little bit of bread, you may have done some duck before. But a lot of people ain't doing that. Think about even for lamb chops. Like, nigga, that shit's so expensive. That shit becomes like that slowly but surely becoming something in the black household when you make out a couple extra dollars. But for years, we weren't eating no lamb chops. We was eating pork chops. So how do we determine what animal can't be cooked and which one can? When do we sit here and say, "Oh no, you can't do cats and dogs because you sit here and because they become it"?
You look at them as pets, not.
And just like we eat fish, everybody eat fish, and I'm pretty sure everybody had a goldfish or whatever.
So how do you determine what? I mean, of course, you would never be able to eat a goldfish because the goldfish is so small. But how do we sit here and say we're gonna keep drawing the line on cats and dogs, but you are willing to eat fish? I don't think
you draw the line. I think it's just not a known thing. Like if you just sit here, it's not. It's like, so if you sit here saying it was an actual, like, all right, this is the dog food. Like, this is a dog. We cooking that. Do you stay away from it? I don't think so. I mean, and if, like you said, if it's good,
no, I know that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want somebody to tell me, like, if you sit here and came up and be like, "I got this fried dog," don't tell me. Let me eat it first.
Okay,
and
so
then
my
tell
question
me.
isn't why. So why wouldn't you? So why wouldn't you eat it?
Because it's mentally already embedded in my head.
Because it's a pet.
But what I'm saying is, allow me to eat it first. The same way my mom did with rabbit, the same way my friend father used to do. He used to lie. "Oh, it's a steak. It's you know what I'm saying?" Like, he used to lie about what it is until he see, "Oh, you like it? It's really dead."
So that's what he said. It's kind of it's normalized. Cats and dogs, they're pets. They're not something that's supposed to be eaten. So that's how it is here. Now, like you said, in other countries, you don't know, but here, cats and dogs, they're pets. You don't eat that.
I mean, you ain't supposed to, but it's still like,
and you don't see no damn stray cows or no, shit, pigs are running around like that.
Because if you look at other countries, they might have pet goats and stuff like that. And so I don't know, but here's their pets not to be eaten.
And why I can't find it? I thought I sent y'all a clip of him talking about they eating cats and dogs.
Sales tax would actually result for middle class families in about 4,000 Trump sales tax.
Yeah, I can't. I thought I sent it, but I didn't. But anyway, like I said, to me, I don't necessarily know how they drew when it became the big red flag. I do want to play this lady though. I don't. This lady, she crazy. She's called them Shaniquas. Like, bro, the level of disrespect that white people can get off on their little shit be.
They talk in their little DEI Shaniqua voices, and it's just very piercing, very irritating sound. They all have the same voice. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, Letitia James, and Fannie Willis. Like, all of the like meritless DEI Shaniquas talk the same way. It's very obnoxious the way that they talk, and they're.
Again, like I said, the level of disrespect sometimes, and I think that's what it makes it be hard for people to respect people who sit here and say that they are a fan of any of these other people. And then I guess real quick, while we still talking about Trump is now trying to see, and the sad thing is, in which I guess is kind of messed up because because I'm not an immigrant, so I don't necessarily like it doesn't. I guess it doesn't pull at my heartstrings. And I think that is probably one of the sad things, I guess, about even just being an American. Sometimes none of us really, like I always say this, it don't affect us until it knock on our door. So people don't know what I'm talking about. Trump is basically saying if he gets to become a president again, he will make it illegal for migrants to be able to rent apartments or be able to get mortgages. And like I said, I understand how bad and how hard it is for people to even be able to get into apartments.